This water is almost done, but welcome to sipping tea with me. I'm only drinking water because it's very hot. If you live here, you know that it's very hot. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Sophia Mitchell. I did not want to take long doing an intro, but if you're new here and you don't know me at all, then I guess it's best I just do an intro on why I'm actually doing this video. I came to Malaysia earlier on this year in January, early January to be more specific. I came to Malaysia to pursue university because the ones back at home are so I have lived here for some time. I came even before MCO, so I had time to explore Malaysia. I had time to be called some very rude words. I had time to experience the culture, the beauty of the country, so on and so forth. The reason why I'm doing this video even in the first place is mainly because when I first, before I actually came here, I was trying to do my research on Malaysia and I couldn't find a lot of content from people who look like me. I'm talking about my skin color from where I'm from, Africa. I decided that maybe I should do a video for people who are coming in, like international students, or even if you're from here to see Malaysia from an international student's perspective or lens. I'm going to be doing pros and cons of living in Malaysia. Rude comments will not be tolerated. You're going to see your comment appear and then magically disappear because there's such a thing as deleting comment. Yes, sweetie, I'm that petty. Anyway, I have a list of cons and pros. I'm going to leave the timestamps for when I'm going to be talking about cons and pros. I'm going to be starting with cons, of course, because who doesn't like a little drama, a little tea? I'm reading from my phone, so if you ever see me just looking down at my phone, just know it's because I've written a whole list because I'm coming for y'all next. It was actually very hard to find cons about here, but there are a few cons. The first con I have is that people tend to profile you. Obviously, when I first came here, for some odd reason, people thought I was from Nigeria. I guess it's because most people know about Nigeria and Ghana. It's the same way as seeing somebody who's from East Asia or just Asia in general, and I categorize you as being from the same country. Asia is very diverse, the same way Africa is very diverse. So you concluding in your head that automatically I am Nigerian or I'm Ghanaian just because of my skin color is very stereotypical. It kind of gets irritating when they're like, oh, you're from Nigeria, oh, you're from Ghana. No, sweetie, no. But it's understandable because people aren't educated on countries in Africa here. We need to learn to educate ourselves geographically on other countries, especially if you see somebody. Don't just insinuate. On profiling as well, people expect you, if you're black, to have a Nigerian or a thick African accent because that's all they see on TV. The second con about living in Malaysia is going to be racism. If you guys do not know what racism, it's 2020, stay woke, do your research. But I have had instances where people call me the N-word, or I've heard somebody sing the N-word, or people like to stereotype me as the angry black girl. And you also have to look at it from a sociological lens. Sorry if I'm using big words. If you look at it from a sociological point of view, the society I'm living in is not educated on anything to do Black Lives Matter movement. It's only the young generation. And when you hear someone from your generation, Gen Z, openly say the N-word, I'm just like, every place you go to, there will obviously be racism. If you hear somebody saying something offensive, don't be shocked. The third con is plus size junk in your trunk. Forget about it. What I mean by forget about it is you'll have to go to 10 shops in order for you to find a pair of jeans. I have junk in my trunk. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm a little bit fickle, a little bit chub. When it comes to buying clothes, it does not accommodate plus size women. I'm just speaking facts. A lot of shops do not accommodate plus size women. You want to enter Forever 21? forget about it, sweetie. The clothes here only accommodate petite women because I understand a lot of the females here are petite, they're short, they're slender, you know. Because of that, most of the clothes here accommodate women with that shape, but that doesn't mean you have to forget about us. H&M, Brands Outlet, as well as Monkey accommodate for like people who are plus size or just not the stereotypical women's size here. Just get prepared to spend like $100 for jeans that are nice. The fourth con is going to be that the weather here is the ghetto. The weather is the ghetto, the ghetto, the ghetto. Yo, you know there's a strand of my hair poking out? Child, this is embarrassing. What I mean by the weather is ghetto is that it's so hot here. Like it's hot and it's humid and it's down the west for my skin. My skin is getting eczema. Y'all know eczema? Because it's very humid here. I mean, it's not as dusty, but for me, it's crazy how my eczema magically appeared after what seemed to be an eternity. I had eczema when I was a kid, and you know, it stopped during high school, thank God, because I would have gotten bullied. Anyway, and it's come back, so it's kind of like, on the other hand, the weather here is also very nice when it comes to like the storms. If you're scared of thunder and lightning, just don't come, because there are a lot of thunder and lightning storms here. I do not like humidity because when you walk, you can't breathe. You can't, like you can't breathe. And imagine wearing a mask. My fifth and final con is that, ouch, Malaysia uses way too much plastic, but it ain't none of my business. Whenever you order food, there'll be like 3 plastics. One for your drink, one for covering your lunchbox, and then one for carrying the lunchbox. Like, they use so much plastic here, it's ridiculous. Now, for this section of the video, I'm going to be moving on to pros of living in Malaysia. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's so many pros. There's so many pros of living here. There's so many pros, but I'm only going to tell you guys 5. If you want to know the rest, you gotta comment down below. The first pro is that traveling here, cheap. It's so cheap. It's so ridiculously cheap. My friends and I have managed to go to 2 places. We managed to go to Genting and Penang, and both trips so cheap. Like, the buses only like 1 ringgit or 2 ringgit depending on where you want to go to. I'll just leave the conversion somewhere here. And going to places like faraway destinations, the coaches and the buses here, spectacular. None of that. None of that. The buses are clean. You have the LRT to take you to KL. KL is Kuala Lumpur, if any of you guys are wondering what I'm saying. To take you to KL, you've got Grab, you've got taxis, you've got the bus, and all of these are so ridiculously inexpensive. I don't understand. Africa, why are you failing us?
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
My second pro is food. Food, oh my gosh, you guys know that on my channel, you have seen so much food on my channel. What's the point of coming to Malaysia if you're not going to eat Malaysian food? Malaysia is so diverse. You will literally find mamak stalls, which is like Malay mixed with Tamil kind of food, and it's so ridiculously cheap. You'll find nasi lemak for 5 ringgit. When you're broke, 5 ringgit is like, I don't mind paying 5 ringgit for a meal.
You ain't fuck me and you fuck the old body. You ain't fuck Nikki, you fuck Nicole body.
I'm even shocked that I had managed to lose weight because the food here, it's cheap. There's so much I could say about the food. I think I'll just do a video exploring Malaysia and eating food, hopefully. But the food is so ridiculously cheap and ooh. The second thing is that Malaysia, the apartments, are very good. There's very good accommodation here. I live in an apartment. I'm not going to say where I live because the accommodation here is so reasonable. So if you're a student wanting to come to do your university here, I would advise you to find an apartment because sometimes the accommodation on campus isn't as good and it lacks privacy. My fourth pro about living in Malaysia is that there's a very diverse community, and depending on the school you go to, you will always find people from the continent you're from, maybe not necessarily the country you're from, but you'll find people from Africa, from Europe, from obviously Asia, from America. But we ain't gonna talk about that. If you think that you won't find your own people, trust me, you'll find them. You'll just have to take the right course. There's no problem there. My fifth and final pro about living in Malaysia is that people here are very friendly. I'm talking about at school. I'm not talking about maybe you've met some aunts and uncles here who aren't nice. But for me, everyone's just been so nice to me, aside from those people who called me the N-word in Subway, but we won't talk about that. People here are extremely friendly. You just have to be nice to them as well. That's basically it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Share this video. If I upset some of you, it's just my opinions. It's from an international student's lens. As I said before, there are more pros than cons of living in Malaysia. Malaysia is an amazing place, and I hope if you're looking for a school to study abroad at, consider coming to Malaysia. Anyway guys, thanks for watching my video. See you guys in my next one.